Sorry, no. Right, okay. We're going to have a quick recap of the day. Cover the adrenals yesterday. Did anybody manage to do a little bit of homework on the adrenals, the RAA system? Hands up if anybody did. Great. Did I? All right, fine. Did anybody do any homework on the HPA system? Even better. Right, all right. So I'll rewrite the course and do it myself, and then you can learn it, okay? Remember, there is a lot of self-directed learning in the course. We're just going to wait. Okay, so we'll recap the adrenals. When we're stressed, when we're ready, ladies, when we're stressed, it goes from our mind, we get a hormone called adrenaline, which the adrenal glands pump out. Along with the adrenaline, we release cortisol and histamine. Cortisol gets us ready for all the pains and things that we might inflict in ourselves whilst we're in fight or flight. It also ramps up production of glucose. It encourages the liver to dump its glucose into the bloodstream. It encourages the body to break down protein and make more glucose. So if I'm always stressed and I take a blood glucose test, my glucose will be high because the cortisol effect of the adrenal effect on my adrenal glands. At the same time, we release histamine, which makes me oversensitive to things. So if I'm always stressed and I all of a sudden develop allergies, allergic to grass, gluten sensitivities, that will be a factor, a major factor in it. If I find my body composition changing, that my obesity, my fat ratio is going up, but my muscles going down, and yet my weight on the scales is going down, I become skinny fat. At the same time, they affect the kidneys to release something called renin and angiotensin, which constricts our blood vessels. Adrenaline also makes our heart rate high, which is called tachycardia. Makes it pump faster. So if we're always stressed, we're always pumping fast, and you take your heart rate, it'll be high, over 80, 90, maybe even 100 beats a minute at resting heart rate. Renin also causes the release of angiotensin, also causes the release of aldosterone. Aldosterone, I say it that way, aldosterone, because all of our major hormones are made from steroids, okay? And steroids are derived from cholesterol. We'll talk about that in a moment as well. So aldosterone impacts our kidneys and affects their ability to reabsorb minerals. So when we're stressed, you'll say, when I'm stressed, my hair thins out. I lose my hair because we're losing minerals due to the aldosterone effect on the kidneys and their ability to reabsorb our minerals and keep us healthy. So one of the quick ways to help someone who's stressed, we support the adrenal glands. That's called the organ support method. And we give the CPH adrenal mix. You can give an herb, not a herb, an herb called ashwagandha. Now, ashwagandha is known as an adaptogenic herb. It's from the Ayurvedic system of medicine. An adaptogenic herb, if an organ is slow, it speeds it up. But if an organ is fast, it regulates it down. So it's a modulo regulatory herb. It works on the adrenal glands, but it also works on the thyroid gland. And from the Ayurvedic system, the base chakra and the throat chakra are inextricably linked to one another. When we're fearful, we can't speak, if you think about it. Think of it simply. When I'm scared, I can't express myself. So the fear rises up and gets blocked in our throat chakra as well. And funnily enough, ashwagandha affects both organs. It's a great supplementary herb to help people with hypo or hyperthyroidism, as well as people who are constantly stressed. Sometimes they're so stressed they can't even sleep at night. But as we said yesterday, sleep requires peace. So it's not the only reason for sleep, but it's one of the reasons. Okay? So that's a quick recap over the adrenals. Question at the back. Yes, Lisa. Microphone, please. Would you like to come closer to a table that has a mic?
Hello?
Hello. We can hear you.
Okay. I wrote down yesterday that you said boys do not need the adrenal mix as much as girls, and I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about that.
Boys don't need the adrenal mix as much as girls, and my answer with every case will be it depends on the case. If you've got a hyper boy who's running around and gets diagnosed with ADHD, you might want to give him adrenal something. But that's an effect. What's caused it? If the mom's been on the pill and has always been a hyper child, first thing I would do is do a pill detox. So this is why we don't take anything in isolation. We take it in the context of the case. So if we're looking for absolutes, no, we've got to get used to playing in the grays. Okay? So it depends. Boys may need the adrenal mix. I have many executives called executive stress, coffee, bagel, donut, sugar, cigarette get them going in the day. A couple of double espressos. At lunchtime, another coffee. By 5, 6 o'clock, they're beat. But what they'll do, go and have a few whiskeys in the bar, right? So they're running on adrenaline. Boys, men, whatever, they're still going to need the adrenal combo to support them now. So it depends on the case. So on a case by case, we'll see it. So this is the whole point that we do at CPH, is allow us to train ourselves to be flexible and adaptable to every single case. But if we say that's my go-to, then we're almost not doing the right, we're doing a disservice to the patient because we're not taking their case as a unique individual. That's a valid point. Yes, Janie.
Can I ask about the IVF?
Switch it on.
It is on.
Now it is, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay.